his three-pointers. He will be doing very well tonight.
Notable player from American Fork, we have Zach McCordick, who's been on fire. He has been on a streak these last couple games, working on the post, working on the inside. We also have a young player, Trey Stewart, coming up through the ranks, who's a very talented young player and has a lot of potential for American Fork. American Fork has a pretty solid team, as well as Lone Peak. This will be a good matchup tonight. Right now we are going to show you a video made by Cave TV of the highlights from American Fork Caveman.
Hey, what's up, Cavemen? This is the Cave TV Sports Review. I'm Caleb, and yeah, that's right, we're talking about the AF versus Westlake game this past Tuesday. One of the highlights of the first quarter, Trey Stewart brings the ball down, passes it to Jacob Whitehead. He then passes to Isaac Johnson, and Isaac makes a good turnaround there and scores. On the next top play, we got Trey Stewart passing it to Rob, then passes to Isaac Johnson from way deep, scores the three. Got a 6'10" out there shooting threes. Coming up on the second quarter, the ball is passed around, eventually gets to Jacob Whitehead. Whitehead then drives it down the court, passes it to McCorder. McCorder goes up for the layup and gets fouled on the way. He is sent to the line and makes a free throw. Quite a bit of time passes at the end of the first half. Again, Jacob drives down the court, passes to McCorder. He goes up for the layup again and makes it. At the start of the third quarter, AF seems to struggle to get the basket in, but then recovers the rebound. Rob kicks it out to Trey. Trey kicks it back to Rob, and Rob shoots it up for the three. That's a good shot right there. Coming up on the play of the game from AF, Rob throws it to Isaac Johnson, and he slams it down. And coming up in the last 30 seconds of the game, we got a nice steal by American Fork. Mason Wierecki picks it up, throws it to Dylan Simpson. He gets a breakaway. Makes a nice layup on the inside. Final score of the game, Thunder takes the lead at 68-54. We had a wonderful opportunity to interview the head coach of American Fork, Doug Meacham, about his feelings towards the AF Lone Peak game later today. Here's what he had to say.
We're hoping that we can kind of get things turned around a little bit. We've had some close games, and the guys are fighting and playing hard, and this is a good time for us to have a big game like this.
If you can't make it to the game, then Cave TV will be live streaming it on YouTube at the Cave TV channel. So go ahead and check that out if you can't come. Anyway, guys, this has been the Cave TV Sports Review. I'm Caleb, signing off from our cave to yours.
All right, we have our Lone Peak Knights. They are currently 15-4, and American Fork Cavemen currently are 9-9. We'll see if American Fork and Lone Peak can keep it close tonight.
Lone Peak High School's most recent notable win was against Pleasant Grove High School. The score was tied up at 57-57 with 0.2 seconds to go in the game. Stephen Ashworth was left with 2 free throws and double bonus. He missed the first free throw and made the second, gaining Knights the lead of 58-57.
All right, American Fork and Lone Peak are heading into the locker rooms to have their pre-game plays and talk about the game, how they're going to play tonight. By the way, if you cannot ever make it to our games, then come to our live stream. We have it on our YouTube channel, www.youtube.com/CaveTV. We have all of our live streams on our channel. Look us up. Currently, we have 5.5 minutes to go until the Lone Peak Knights and the American Fork Cavemen start the game. Harrison, how do you think the game is going to play out tonight?
I think it's going to be really intense. It's going to be really, really close. I'm really excited to watch this game.
Yeah, I agree. I think it'll be a close game. I think both teams have a lot of potential, and I think that both teams will have a good fight tonight. We'll see if we can keep it close.
One thing I'm looking forward to is the interaction between the crowds. As it's very well known, Lone Peak and American Fork have a somewhat bitter rivalry between each other, and the crowds can be a little fierce sometimes.
That's definitely right. That's definitely right. There's a lot of There's a lot of contention sometimes between American Fork and Lone Peak. This will be an interesting game to watch. And out here come the Lone Peak Knights onto the court. You can see the Lone Peak crowd getting riled up, starting their chant. That could be a fun game to watch. Currently, we're just waiting for American Fork Cavemen to come out on the court. We have 4 minutes until the game starts. It's already starting to get very packed. There are barely any seats in the house right now. Very intense game. For those of you who are just joining us, we have our Lone Peak Knights tonight. We have our American Fork Cavemen. An epic game. This will be close. It'll be a well-fought game. Currently, the Knights are ranked 15 and 4. Cavemen are 9. Let's see how this plays out.
Mixed roster.
Starting lines for American Fork Cavemen. We have number 3, Trey Stewart. We have number 30, Rob Morales. American Fork Knights. Basketball game tonight. This will be a great matchup. I'm Cody Jones. Commentating tonight's game. Thank you for joining us. If you cannot make it to the basketball game, you can always go to our YouTube channel, KTV on YouTube. Follow us there. Watch the live streams of our games. How do you think that it'll go for tonight's game?
Same. I mean, we're way more Caleb
Watch. Tipping me up. Isaac Johnson. Just got the Trey Stewart with the ball. Number
until he gets here.
I'll just keep going until he gets here, okay?
Crowder. This is Isaac Johnson. That's Rob. This is the Jacob White. Ball back to Trey Stewart. Back to Jacob White. Inside to the quarter. Out to Trey. Out to the 3. It's good. Good ball. It's actually the second quarter that Trey had a decent Both crowds are definitely on their feet for sure in this game. Second quarter for the and one shot. Like he's right out on fire or something. One shot. It's really good. Dishes out to McCorder. McCorder for the three, and it's good. McCorder getting on fire early in this game.
Passes it to Chantry Ross. Chantry Ross dribbles it around a little bit, goes in.
And they're going to call a jump ball. Rob Crowler got his hands on that. It's a jump ball. It'll be Knights ball.
Stephen Ashworth looks around to see who to pass it to. Tosses it back to Chantry Ross. Chantry Ross gives it back to Stephen Ashworth. He puts it up, and he misses the three.
Jacob Whitehead with the rebound. Jacob Whitehead bringing it down court currently. Passes it to Trey Stewart. Dishes to Zach McCorder. Passes to Isaac Johnson. Isaac for the three. Misses.
Stephen Ashworth has the ball again. Passes it to Max McGrath. Max McGrath is called.
And it will be a charge against Lone Peak, and it will be American Fork Caveman ball, bringing it down court. This is definitely an exciting game already. It's just going back and forth.
Both teams are definitely hungry tonight. They're out ready. Lone Peak previously beat American Fork at home.
Yeah, that was a very crazy game. That was close for a little while, but then AF lost holding on to Lone Peak, and Lone Peak took the lead. Now we're here at American Fork home for next game of AF and Lone Peak. Timeout was called by Lone Peak. They're bringing it back out on the court now currently. Looks like Lone Peak is just ecstatic. They're doing a cheer, getting their fans rallied up. All right, it will be Caveman ball. Jacob Whitehead with the inbound pass to Trey Stewart. Trey Stewart with the ball. Looks like Lone Peak is going with a full court press currently. Trey bringing it down. He's backing it up. Good pressure by Lone Peak. Rob has the ball. Now back to Trey. Over to Jacob Whitehead. Dishes it to McCorder. It's out of bounds on Caveman. It will be Knights ball.
Max It's Stephen Ashworth. Stephen Ashworth starts the drive down the court. Dribbles it around looking for a place to go. Passes it back to Max McGrath. Max McGrath hands it off back to Stephen Ashworth. Throws it down the court to Jackson Brinkerhoff. Jackson Brinkerhoff passes it to to Chancery Ross. Misses the score.
Trey Stewart with the ball. Passes over to Rob Crowler. Screened by Isaac Johnson. Rob gets it back over to Isaac, tipped by Lone Peak. The foul is called against Lone Peak Knights. It'll be Caveman ball. Currently, the Cavemen have a 6-point lead. Cavemen are 8 and Knights are 2. Trey Stewart with the ball. Backs it up and gets it to Rob Crowler, almost falling out of bounds. Isaac Johnson with the drive, dishes to McCorder. And it's an and one. McCorder made the shot. He will go to the line again. McCorder is just getting on fire in this game early. McCorder will be given one free throw. See if he can sink it. And it's good. McCorder sinks it.
Ashworth takes it down the court. Passes it to Chantry Ross. Chantry Ross returns it back. Ashworth passes it to Harkness. Harkness takes it in, and it goes up. Ball is missed.
Isaac Johnson with the rebound over to Trey Stewart. It is stripped.
Score by Ross, number 12, Lone Peak.
Trey Stewart with the ball, bring it down. And he is fouled. Foul is called against Chantry Ross. It'll be caveman ball. Rob Crowler has the ball currently over to Trey Stewart. Back to Rob Crowler, over to Jacob Whitehead. Dish to McWhorter, and McWhorter goes up for another and one. It looks like it is called a travel. Basket is no good by McWhorter. It'll be Lone Peak ball.
American Fork has definitely taken the first few minutes by storm. Stephen Ashworth takes the ball and takes it down the court. Ashworth tries to make a pass to Harkness, but is knocked out of bounds.
American Fork getting a lead early in this game. It is currently 11-4. Let's see if American Fork can keep this lead. And Mason Warinsky comes in for Zach McWhorter. Tremendous performance so far by Zach McWhorter in this early.
Nate Harkness tries to drive the ball into the hoop. Number 5, Max Brenchley takes it in and passes it back to Harkness. Harkness goes up for the shot and misses.
Foul is called against Rob Crowler on American Fork. Nate Harkness at the foul line, shooting 2. First is good.
Harkness nails the second free throw.
Rob Crowler on American Fork bringing the ball down. Passes over to Jacob Whitehead. Looks like there's a little controversy. Coach of Lone Peak thought it went off of Jacob Whitehead. The refs call it American Fork caveman ball. Rob Crowler with the ball, top. Moves around. He's going to dish it over to Isaac Johnson. Isaac crossing up, stops, and sinks the shot. Mid-range jumper by Isaac Johnson.
Once again, Stephen Ashworth takes the ball down the court and passes it to Garrett Frampton. Garrett returns the pass, and it is passed back to Garrett Frampton. Jackson Brinkerhoff takes the ball, and it passes back to Garrett Frampton. Number 5, Max Brenchley takes the ball, looking for a place to go. Garrett Frampton takes the ball as well, goes in for the shot.
It is picked off by Jacob Whitehead, taken down court with the floater, and it is good. Jacob Whitehead. And looks like Lone Peak Knights are taking a timeout.
The Cavemen are definitely trying to send a message to the Lone Peak Knights saying we are here and we will not be messed with a second time.
This will definitely be a very exciting game to watch. Stick with us. Currently, American Fork Cavemen are 15, and Lone Peak Knights are 8. This will definitely be a very ecstatic game. The crowd is still on their feet. Harrison, this game is looking phenomenal already. Just both teams just fighting hard on both sides of the court. Lone Peak struggling to hit a basket on the inside. They're starting to catch up. American Fork still has the lead. They're getting on a roll early. Zach McWhorter, currently shooting 100%, has not missed yet.
Lone Peak crowd stands up as the timeout finishes up.
Looks like it'll be Lone Peak ball coming down court.
Ashworth takes the ball down the court, looks for someone to pass to, finds Max Brenchley. Max Brenchley puts it up and misses the 3.
Dylan Simpson with the ball, number 25. Passes over to Bronson Barron. Bronson Barron looking for the dish, gets it over to Isaac Johnson. Jacob White with the back cut. Isaac decides to take it and drains the shot. Nice runner by Isaac Johnson.
Ashworth hurries down the court as he passes it to Harkness. Harkness goes up, and no foul is called.
It'll be caveman ball. Jacob Whitehead goes in. Dylan Simpson with the ball, dribbling down court. Over to Trey Stewart. Trying to get it across the line, double teamed. Steps through, gets it to Mason Warrenski. Gets it back to Trey. He's getting hounded by 3. Back to Bronson Barron. Trying to make his shot and is fouled on the ground. American Fork will be taking it out of bounds. Trey Stewart on the inbound pass. Gets it to Isaac Johnson, back to Trey, back to Bronson Barron going up for the shot and is fouled. That ball was moving so fast, I could barely see it. Bronson Barron will be shooting free throws. If he makes these, it'll put Caveman up to 19. Makes the first one, rattles it in. Jacob Whitehead coming in for Isaac Johnson. Bronson Barron misses the second, but Jacob Whitehead with the rebound, tipped by Mason Warrenski. Mason Warrenski struggles to get it in. Second time doesn't get it in.
Ross takes it down the court and passes it to Ashworth. Ashworth takes it in and looks to Harkness. Harkness takes a shot, and it's good.
That brings the first quarter to a close. American Fork Cavemen 18, Lone Peak Knights 9.
I apologize. That was not Harkness with a shot. That was actually Braden Bromley.
This game is definitely getting started early. This is crazy to watch. Both teams fighting hard and both crowds on their feet, going crazy. I don't know about you, Harrison, but it seems like American Fork's strength right now is driving into the hole, swinging it around and getting those rebounds. The big guys like Mason Warrenski and Zach McWhorter getting those rebounds and putting them back in.
If American Fork keeps up this drive, then you might see a very sad game for Lone Peak High School.
Indeed. We'll see how it turns out. See if American Fork can keep this lead. Lone Peak Knights back out on the court. American Fork getting ready. And American Fork is back out on the court with Mason Warrenski, Jacob Whitehead, Dylan Simpson, Bronson Barron, and Trey Stewart. Trey Stewart with the ball, bring it down court, American Fork. Back to Bronson Barron, who has the ball. He's getting hounded. Jacob Whitehead. And he's stripped by Lone Peak.
Ashworth sprints down the court, passes it to Brenchley. Brenchley loses control and sets it out of bounds.
Jacob Whitehead inbounding the pass to Trey Stewart, who's taking the ball down court currently. Dishes it over to Isaac Johnson. Garrett Frampton is playing him tight. To Jacob White, who has the ball. Swings it out to Trey Stewart. Breaks the ankles. Almost sinks the shot. Zach McCord with the rebound. Out to Jacob Whitehead. Isaac Johnson with the ball. Over to Mason Warnski. Tips it over to Zach McCorder. And McCorder stepped out of bounds. Lone Peak ball.
Garrett Frampton takes the ball, passes it to Chantry Ross. Chantry Ross passes Stephen Ashworth. It goes up, misses the three.
Jacob Whitehead with the rebound. Bringing it down court. Oh, and he almost crosses. Over to Zach McCorder. This is becoming a very physical game, if I do say so myself, Harrison. Isaac Johnson almost sinks the shot. Man, Harrison, it seems like both teams are turning really physical as this second quarter starts. We are 6.5 minutes in the second quarter and already getting physical.
Yes, Lone Peak is getting more and more fired up as the game goes on, as the second quarter turns out to be a no score.
McCorder with the ball, tries to dish it to Isaac Johnson, and Lone Peak collapses on him.
Braden Bromley takes it down the court as he passes to Garrett Frampton. Garrett Frampton puts it up and misses the three. Garrett Frampton recovers the rebound and passes it over to Stephen Ashworth. Stephen Ashworth goes in for the kill and makes the shot.
Looks like we're going to a timeout. The score is currently American Fork Cavemen 18 and Lone Peak Knights creeping in at 11. Currently down by 7 points. Let's see if American Fork can keep this lead. Looks like both teams are starting to play better and better as Lone Peak starts to dial in their shots more. All right, American Fork will be inbounding the pass. Rob Crowler passes to Trey Stewart. He brings it down the court. Almost picked off by Lone Peak. McCord has the ball, drives in, back to Trey Stewart, then Isaac. Isaac with the rebound. Takes it in the hole. Oh, it's picked off by Lone Peak.
Recovered by Ross. Ross passes it off to Stephen Ashworth. Stephen Ashworth puts it up, and it's good.
3 points for Ashworth. Trey Stewart coming down court with the ball. Lone Peak having tremendous defense on American Fork. Jacob Whitehead with the ball. He's hounded. And Rob Crowler takes one for the team. Rob Crowler fouls Lone Peak. He will go to the line.
As Max Brenchley steps up to the line, he's got 2 shots. Nails the first one. Lone Peak Knights are slowly closing the gap of their previously 9-point loss before.
Trey Stewart with the ball. Bring it down court. There's a half press going on. The quarter gets it over to Rob Crowler. And it's picked off by Lone Peak. And he drops it off.
That shot was made by Garrett Frampton.
Isaac Johnson with the bucket is good.
American Fork responds with an equally impressive drive. Stephen Ashworth passes it off, And it ends up with Braden Bromley. Braden Bromley takes a shot and misses the three.
Isaac Johnson with the rebound. Brings it down to Rob Crowler. Back to Isaac Johnson. He takes the shot and almost rattles it in.
Stephen Ashworth passes it off to Garrett Frampton. Garrett Frampton gives it to Bromley. Ashworth. And Brenchley ends up with the ball. Brenchley passes it to Ross. Ross dribbles down the court. Garrett Frampton ends up with the ball and he goes up and passes it to Chantry Ross.
Bucket is good. And we are currently tied, folks, 20-20. Rob has the ball right now, American Fork Cavemen. Cavemen crowd getting their chance on. And Trey Stewart is fouled. Lone Peak making a couple subs. McCorder at the line. McCorder drills it. Harrison, I don't think McCorder's missed once tonight. He's on fire with the rebounds and from deep. And also the foul line. He has not missed a single foul shot yet, I believe. McCorder spoke too soon. He missed the second shot. Lone Peak with the ball.
Garrett Frampton ends up with the ball, passes it to Ashworth. Ashworth passes it back to Harkness. Harkness puts it up and misses. Foul on Harkness by McCorder.
McCorder tried to set up and take the charge, but was called for a blocking foul. Currently, the Cavemen are leading by one, 21-20. This is a very close game, Harrison. Both teams are getting very physical. It's starting to get a little fancy, too.
Stephen Ashworth is known for his ball handling on the court.
American Fork making a couple substitutes. Mason Warrenski comes in for Zach McCorder. And bucket's good for Nate Harkness. Hits the foul shot. American Fork, Bronson Barron with the ball. Dish to Mason Warrenski, who waits and hits the bucket, is fouled and one. Mason Warrenski will go to the line and see if he can make a three-point play. Missed by Mason Warrenski. Lone Peak with the ball.
Brinkerhoff passes it off to Stephen Ashworth. Ashworth takes it down the court and passes it back to Brinkerhoff. Brinkerhoff puts it up and a foul is called.
Harrison, I feel like that this game is going to be too close for comfort the whole entire time. Lone Peak is caught up with American Fork. Currently it is 23-21. But this will be a very exciting game to watch, and both teams have tremendous potential. Both great teams, great players, very talented on both sides.
I think Lone Peak was caught off guard by American Fork's drive and determination this game. I think they came in expecting another win, but at this point, I'm not sure.
I would agree with that. Jacob White with the ball, bring it down court, over to Isaac Johnson. Looks to drive it in all the way, and Isaac nails it. Isaac is starting to catch flame.
Ashworth is left not knowing what just happened. Ashworth takes it back down the court. Dribbles it around, passes it to Brinkerhoff. Brinkerhoff takes it up, puts it up, and it is rejected.
Rejected by Mason Warrenski.
I knew Mason Warrenski when I was a kid. He went to elementary school with me, and even then, he was just a beast.
Yeah, we call him the man beast. He's absolutely crazy. Looks like the crowd is starting to cheer, "You got swatted." Jacob Whitehead with the ball, shooting foul shots. Sinks the first. American Fork has absolutely been solid tonight with their free throws.
Yeah, it's the second quarter, and already they're in double bonus.
I think it'll probably be double bonus the whole game. It's going to be a very physical game to watch.
It's already been one of Lone Peak's more physical games, I think, because of the personal rivalry they have with American Fork.
Definitely, for sure. Isaac Johnson with the ball. He dishes it over to Jacob Whitehead, 35. And it is off Jacob Whitehead. He's going for the shot, and he got stripped, went off his knee out of bounds. Lone Peak bringing the ball down court.
Ashworth once again takes it down the court and passes it to Chantry Ross. Chantry Ross takes it out, and a very fancy pass to Harkness. Harkness puts it up but misses the three. Ashworth recovers the ball but steps out of bounds.
Looks like it's an offensive call on Stephen Ashworth. It'll be caveman ball. Dylan Simpson subs in, and he'll be passing it out. Trey Stewart with the ball. Taking his time down court. Starting to get physical. He drives it. Dylan Simpson with the ball. And throws it out of bounds. Lone Peak bringing the ball down.
Ashworth lobs it down to Harkness, but is deflected and sent out of bounds. Ashworth sends it down to Brinkerhoff, and Brinkerhoff hands it off to Ashworth. Ashworth passes it back, and Brinkerhoff puts it up, and it is missed. Harkness recovers and puts it back up and misses once again. Brinkerhoff puts it up, and he finally makes the shot.
Alrighty, Trey Stewart brings the ball down court once again, and he passes it to Bronson Barron. Over to Simpson. Over to Warrenski. Back to Johnson, misses. Lone Peak with the ball.
With 55 seconds left in the quarter, Harkness takes it down the court and passes it to Ashworth. Ashworth looks around, taking a small break. As he looks around, he drives it down three. Brinkerhoff passes to Chantry Ross, and Chantry Ross puts it up, but misses.
Seems like Lone Peak cannot buy a three at all. Dylan Simpson with the ball, brings it down court. Back to Isaac Johnson. Back to Simpson. Back to Stewart. Running the clock down. Almost loses the ball. Screen set, Warrenski. Warrenski with the pass. Misses.
Nate Harkness takes it down the court, passes to Ashworth, and Ashworth puts it up. At the end of this half, the final score, the halftime score is 26-24, Cavemen lead.
This is a great game so far, Harrison, if I must say. Both teams are starting to get even more and more aggressive, but also starting to dial their shots in a little bit more.
Cavemen started off strong, doubling Lone Peak's points, but now are barely leading by the skin of their teeth for this last quarter.
We have a halftime show going on. We have American Fork Caveman Drumline out there giving us a good show. American Fork's drumline is some of the best of the best. Harrison, how do you think the rest of this game will play out, since we're already past the first half, going into the second half, and Cavemen 26, Knights 24, staying very close.
I absolutely have no predictions for this next half. It's just been so unpredictable. American Fork is leading by the skin of their teeth right now, but it's just, I have no idea if Lone Peak's going to be ready to fight after being surprised for this first half, or I don't know if it's just going to follow the same trend that's been going on for so long.
For sure, for sure. I'll definitely agree with that. This game is definitely not going to be a comfortable one. I think Lone Peak was definitely caught off guard when they saw the big, strong lead from American Fork. Great show so far by the drumline American Fork. Definitely getting American Fork crowd into it. American Fork crowd just going insane right now. I definitely agree with you, Harrison. I think that this game is going to be a very close one, and it is completely unpredictable considering that, you know, both have definitely kept it strong this whole game. Looks like American Fork Caveman crowd is going insane. We have a young man on the drum line asking Emma to prom. That is so sweet.
That definitely beats how I asked my date to prom. I was going to ask in person, but I got an ice ball to the face, and I was all bloodied up for my asking, so I just got some in and out and said prom on the bag. I hope that was efficient enough, Alicia.
That is hilarious, oh my gosh. I haven't even asked anyone to prom yet, so I guess you got to get on that early, right? For those of you who are just joining us this evening, welcome. This is Cave TV. We are currently live streaming the American Fork Cavemen and Lone Peak Knights basketball game tonight. I'm Kobe Jones and I'm here.
And joining, I'm Harrison Weber from Lone Peak High School.
This has definitely been a fun game to watch tonight. Both teams have been extremely physical. American Fork Cavemen had a lead the first quarter. At some point, they were doubling Lone Peak's score. Now, at the half, the score is currently 26-24. American Fork Cavemen with a 2-point lead. This game has been absolutely tenacious and has not been comfortable to watch as both teams are going hard at each other and keeping it close. This will definitely be a fun game to watch and for sure unexpected to see how it turns out. Both teams are very tenacious and it's hard to expect what is going to come out of both teams. They both have so much talent and so much potential. Again, for those of you who are just joining us, if you can never make it to the basketball games, you can always check out our live stream on our website, Cave TV, at YouTube, and check it out. If you can't make it to the games, we'll be streaming it live, so go check that out. Harrison, who do you think on the Lone Peak Knights has had a good streak so far in this game?
I think someone with a good streak would be Stephen Ashworth. He's definitely put up a few, and he's definitely missed a couple, but he's put up a few, and he's been a consistent player this entire game. Although we're not having the best luck with our point percentage today.
You know, I think a couple players that stuck out to me on American Fork Caveman, definitely Zach McCorder. No doubt about it. He has had tremendous fight in the post. He's gotten quite a few rebounds. He's only missed one of his foul shots, and he's kept getting rebounds and putting it back in. It's been great for American Fork. I think that's about 80% of their points has been coming from inside the post. Zach McCorder also showing his great shooting ability from the three line, as I've noticed. Zach McCorder made a three. I also think Trey Stewart has been doing a great job at handling pressure from Lone Peak, because Lone Peak has tremendous defense. I think that Trey's been able to handle that pretty well. I also think Isaac Johnson, he's definitely found a streak in this half. And he's definitely come out strong, making some threes, hitting some runners. I think just all the players in general on American Fork have started to make shots and started to find their rhythm. Lone Peak as well, I think, have started to find their rhythm too. That's why this game is so close right now. I think this will definitely be an exciting game to watch, but not a comfortable one at all.
I totally agree with you. Lone Peak just needs to find their rhythm and find their beat, and American Fork has definitely found their rhythm. They've just had a chokehold on this game all night, even though the score is very close. This reminds me of the Pleasant Grove Lone Peak game last week, where it was 57 to 57, and there was 0.2 seconds left in the game, and Stephen Ashworth put up a free throw to gain us the 1-point lead, and that was the game. They had no chance of making another point in the 0.2 seconds that they had left.
That's awesome. Stephen Ashworth, man, coming in clutch. That's awesome. That was great. That was such a fun game to watch. I remember my sophomore year, probably definitely the highlight of my sophomore year, when I was manager for the basketball team. We went to the Marriott Center and we faced the Lone Peak Knights. And that game was the most uncomfortable game I've ever been in. Just sitting on the bench with the players, just watching how nervous they were on the bench. We went into double overtime and ended up beating Lone Peak just barely by 1 point, just by the skin of our teeth. But then after that, American Fork Cavemen went over to UVU and we faced Lone Peak again. And that game, we got blown out. But it was a fun experience and a great memory from sophomore year for sure. Both teams have had a history of rivalry and just great competitive nature with each other.
The Lone Peak Knights take the court once again with 3 minutes left in this half.
And American Fork Caveman on the floor, getting shots up, finding their stroke. It'll be interesting to see how this game turns around in the second half. You really never know where it could go, especially with these two teams. It's both of these teams are very unpredictable, what could happen. But there's one thing that we both know is that both teams are definitely talented and have their own star players and have just great potential. It's been awesome to watch them.
Another thing that's also surprised me is both of the crowds have been relatively tame. No harsh words from either side of the crowd, but they have definitely been on their feet all night. And I think as we get into this game more and more, and as it gets closer to that final buzzer, we'll see more intensity and more ferocity from both these crowds.
Definitely, for sure. Lots more tenacity from Lone Peak Knights as well as American Fork Cavemen. And I also think that we'll start to get a little bit of chanting from both sides of Lone Peak and American Fork Cavemen, maybe taunting each other, you know, just tradition, I guess, right? Just like both crowds going at each other with the chants and kind of getting in each other's face, but it's always fun. Competitive nature is always fun. After each game, I feel like after American Fork and Lone Peak, after their games, there's most of the time there is mutual respect on the court, you know, to leave it all out on the court. It's always fun to watch both of these teams. Currently, we have a minute and a half until the second half will start. Again, your American Fork Cavemen are 26, Knights are 24. Just creeping on just by 2 points. You know, Harrison, I'll definitely give Lone Peak a ton of credit because you know, I can't even imagine how it would feel like being in that such of a tight game and just, you know, having American Fork double your score and just, you know, the ability for Lone Peak to come back just like that. I mean, we're already into the second half and it's a close game just like that. Lone Peak has a great ability in such a great way to catch up and then take a lead. So we'll see how this game goes. Hopefully American Fork can take a little lead, but we'll see what happens.
I think tonight American Fork High School is a force to be reckoned with. Definitely. By the score, by the way they've been playing, the teamwork that American Fork has displayed tonight, it's incredible to watch both these two teams face up against each other because they're so similar in their talents and their strengths and in their weaknesses as well.
That's right. That's definitely right. Both very talented and, you know, great coaches too on both ends. Great coaches, putting so much work, practice. Got tremendous respect for both teams.
Our head coach at Lone Peak, Coach Evans, this is his second year after being the successor to the legendary Coach Quincy Lewis, and the tremendous pressure. I can't imagine what pressure he must be under, but he has done a fantastic job in building a fantastic team and a fantastic basketball program coming in after such a remarkable coach.
Definitely, for sure. Definitely a notable coach. Just puts in tons of work and definitely respect him. Looks like Lone Peak Knights once again are on their feet. The crowd is chanting, "Let's get a little bit louder." Alrighty, and here we go. Lone Peak inbounds the pass.
Ross takes the ball and hands it off to Ashworth. Ashworth looks for an open spot and hands it off to Harkness. Harkness looks around, passes it back to Ross. Ross passes it back to Max McGrath. McGrath passes it off to Harkness. Harkness back to Ashworth. Back to Harkness, puts it up, and it is put out of bounds.
Blocked by Jacob Whitehead. And it will be Caveman basketball. Trey Stewart with the ball. Looks like Lone Peak is going with another full court press to put pressure on the guard, Trey Stewart. Rob Crowler with the ball. Passes to Stewart. Back to Whitehead. Rob with the ball. to Isaac Johnson, who dishes to McWhorter. McWhorter goes up strong for the bucket.
Ashworth passes it down to Ross, and Ross puts it up, hits a three immediately.
Great shot by Ross. Trey Stewart with the ball. Driving all the way. Isaac Johnson doesn't make the three.
Ross takes it down the court and puts it up again, and he misses this one. Harkness recovers and passes it back to Ashworth. Ross gets the pass, puts it up, misses once again.
All right, here we go. Rob Crowler with the ball. Passes to Stewart. Isaac Johnson, and he banks it in.
I'm very impressed by the newfound charisma and energy in both these teams coming out from the locker rooms in the half. Both these teams seem like they're fresh on the court and just ready to fight, just ready to get this game over with, ready to just win, both teams, for sure.
Both teams definitely came out of the locker rooms amped up and ready to go, for sure. This has been a fun game to watch. Currently, Cavemen are 30, and Lone Peak Knights are 27.
Ooh, the ball is smacked out of bounds.
Swatted by Mason Warrenski. And once again, the crowd chanting, "You got swatted." Jacob Wyatt picks up the ball, gets it to Trey Stewart, running down the court. Cross-court pass to Crowler. To Isaac Johnson with the ball at the top. It's caught up, spin move. Holy cow! Isaac Johnson with the spin move drive to the middle. He rattles it in. Man, Harrison, I've been absolutely impressed by American Fork's big man tonight. Putting on a tremendous show. Definitely Zach McWhorter, Isaac Johnson, and Mason Warrenski. Man, American Fork has a great way of dishing it. That is their advantage. Dishing it to those tall, lengthy guys. The thing about American Fork Caveman, their team is a very young team. There's only 3 seniors on the team. So this is going to be a very long-lasting team with great players that get used to playing with each other. It'll be fun to watch them.
Lone Peak is a very balanced roster. Plenty of seniors, plenty of juniors, some sophomores, and even some freshmen playing tonight.
Trey Stewart with the ball. Dishes to Isaac Johnson. Spins around and makes it again. Isaac Johnson.
Score is now 34-30. And a 30-second timeout is called.
American Fork Cavemen creeping up with 4 points, 34-30. Lone Peak Knights trailing by 4, still keeping it close. Both crowds, Knights and Cavemen, has simmered down a little bit, but still on their feet. I don't think they'll be sitting down anytime soon, Harrison. This game will definitely be a close one. Cavemen going with their class cheer, getting the crowd amped.
Cavemen hold on to their lead by 4 points as Ashworth takes it down the court, passes it to Ross. Ross returns it back to Ashworth, and as Ashworth looks around for Harkness, Harkness looks around, looks for a way to put it up, passes it back to Ashworth. Ashworth looks around again and puts it in, and drives in. Brinkerhoff puts it up, but is fouled.
Foul is called on Mason Warrenski. Looks like Lone Peak will be inbounding the pass. The foul is on the ground.
Ashworth passes it off to Ross, and Ross looks around, passes it back to Ashworth, and Ashworth looks for Max McGrath, and Max McGrath puts it up and misses.
Gets tangled up by American Fork defense, and looks like he will go to the line and shoot 2.
McGrath hits his first free throw with ease. McGrath shoots and misses. Ball is recovered by Brinkerhoff, but slapped out of bounds. Cavemen ball.
Lone Peak still going with sort of a full court press. Rob Crowler takes the ball down. Drives it all the way. Isaac Johnson. And Isaac Johnson makes it again.
Harkness puts it up and misses. Recovered by Ross. Ross looks back to Harkness. Harkness puts it up once again and makes it.
Great drive by Harkness. Jacob Wyatt bringing the ball down court. Passes to Trey Stewart. Back to Crowler. Back to Stewart. Back to Crowler. Crowler for the three. And Crowler makes it! 3 points for Crowler. It's a good shot by Rob Crowler.
Cavemen increase their lead by 6 points. McGrath passes it off to Ross. Ross puts it up and makes it once again.
Inbound pass to Trey Stewart. Almost lost the ball. Looks like he was fouled. They didn't call it.
McGrath puts it up and is fouled on his way up and one.
Man, that is a tough one. Looks like Trey Stewart came back, retaliated, and fouled hard. Lone Peak will go to the line and shoot two. Both teams are starting to get a little steamed up, it looks like, as Cavemen's lead is cut down to 2. Back to Trey Stewart with the ball, taking it down court. Gets past the defense, and the defense is called for a foul. Inbound pass. They get it to Mason Warnski, to Rob Crowler. Rob with the ball up top. Passes to Jacob Whitehead. To Mason Warnski, takes it in strong. Baseline pass to Crowler. And is picked off.
Ashworth passes to Brinkerhoff. Brinkerhoff puts it to McGrath, and McGrath makes it.
Great movement by Lone Peak. Tracer with the ball down court. And Knights have now taken a lead, 40-39. Cavemen trailing by 1 point. This is a very close game, folks. Stick around, don't go anywhere.
Coach Evans, as that timeout was called, he was overjoyed with McGrath's performance.
Lone Peak looks like has finally found their stroke, Harrison. They're coming back in this game, and they're realizing that they've got to want it more than American Fork. But we'll see how this goes. Looks like American Fork Cavemen and the Knights want this win just as bad. They both want it really, really bad. We'll see who gets it tonight.
Starting off this half with a 6-point deficit, they close that gap and gain the lead by 1 point. Score is 42-39. Lone Peak Knights.
Both teams now are back out on the court from timeout. Rob Crowler passing the ball on the inbound pass. It's going to be close. Gets it to McCorder just barely before time runs out. Bronson Barron with the pass. Bronson Barron has the ball. To Jacob Wyatt, and he spins around. And it's picked off by Lone Peak.
Recovered by McGrath, passes it to Brinkerhoff. Brinkerhoff puts it up and gets the 2.
Great job by Brinkerhoff. Bronson Barron with the ball. Cavemen are starting to look a little frustrated. Jacob Wyatt with the pass to McCorder. And is blocked, the call foul. McCorder looks like he will go to the line for more foul shots. Man, this is such a close game. Cavemen 39 and Knights 42. McCorder at the line.
Brinkerhoff is now at 4 fouls. He needs to be careful on this next drive.
Indeed. Zach McWhorter misses the first. Still has a good streak though, only missing 2 shots tonight. Looks like both crowds are now into this game even more intensely. And Zach McWhorter, second shot is good.
Ashworth takes the ball down the court and passes it to Ross. Ross looks around and passes it to Ashworth. Ashworth to McGrath. McGrath puts it up, and it's good! Three-pointer, beautiful three-pointer.
Great 3 by Lone Peak. They now increase their lead by 5 points. Jacob Wyatt with the ball is picked off by Lone Peak. Lone Peak brings it down.
McGrath is on fire tonight. Put back up by Harkness, and it is good, increasing Lone Peak's lead to 7 points. Score 40-47, Lone Peak Knights.
Lone Peak is definitely on their feet now, going more crazy. Isaac Johnson with the ball, trying to get a pass. Dishes to McWhorter. McWhorter bringing it in strong, and is fouled again. McWhorter and 1 will go to the line and shoot 1. Lone Peak starts to get a small lead of 5. Lone Peak crowd getting into this call. They didn't like it. McWhorter at the line. See if he sinks this shot. And McWhorter comes off short off the rim.
Ashworth passes it down to Frenchley, and it is sent out of bounds.
It'll be caveman ball, bring the ball down court, and we have, let's see. We have the pass going to Trey Stewart, trying to get open. Is go to Zach instead. Bronson Barron bringing the ball across half court. He's asking for a screen. Jacob Wyatt gets the ball to Stewart. Zach McWhorter with the ball at the 3 line. Gets it to Isaac Johnson, swinging it around. And he goes for the runner and misses. Jacob Wyatt with the rebound. A great scoop by Jacob Wyatt.
Both teams have definitely found their rhythm tonight as they both angrily score the points tonight, trading baskets back and forth and back and forth.
Great rebound by Zach McWhorter. Jacob Whitehead goes for the 3 and sinks it. Jacob Whitehead with the 3. The score is now tied, ladies and gentlemen, 47-47.
Cavemen close the gap with ease as McGrath puts it up and passes it back to Ross. Ross puts it in Ashworth's hands. Ashworth looks around and drives it up, puts it up, and it's good.
50 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Trey Stewart with the ball, bringing it past half court. Caveman crowd getting into this, chanting. Bronson Barron with the ball. As American Fork crowd quiets down. Jacob Wyatt pulls it from deep but misses.
Ashworth takes down the court, passes to McGrath, and McGrath puts it up. It is good.
51-47, Lone Peak Knights are up. Coach Meacham calling for a play. Trey Stewart running out the clock, looking for a last shot. Gets to Bronson Barron. There's 5 seconds left. Jacob Wyatt for the 3, misses. As the 3rd quarter comes to an end, we have Lone Peak Knights at 51 and Caveman 47 as Lone Peak Knights take the lead. We are going into the 4th quarter now. Harrison, how do you think this 4th quarter will play out, considering that both teams are going back and forth?
This was a very impressive 3rd quarter, and I think both teams have definitely found the rhythm by now. But this 4th quarter, I don't think anybody knows. This is a basketball game.
That's definitely right. This is a basketball game. We have AF cheer team putting on a show.
Eight minutes are put back up on the clock as the teams confer with one another. Both crowds are sitting down. My foot will not stop tapping. I'm so nervous for this 4th quarter.
That's right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, those of you who are just joining us, currently we have American Fork Caveman and Lone Peak Knights here playing a fantastic basketball game here, home at American Fork. Lone Peak chanting, I believe that we will win. Currently the score is Caveman 47, Lone Peak Knights 51. This is definitely a close game. Trey Stewart with the ball. He then passes to Jacob Whitehead. Zach McCorder, great shot.
Ashworth once again takes the ball down the court and passes it to Garrett Frampton. Harkness goes back up and loses the ball, passes it to Ashworth. Ashworth puts it back and takes a moment to think. Ashworth puts it up from way down court, and it's a beautiful three.
Great three by Lone Peak. Bronson Barron with the ball. Both crowds are really getting fired up now. American Fork just did their "Ah Chalele" chant. And Bronson Barron looking for a pass, gets it to Trey Stewart. Isaac Johnson looking to post up. Jacob White with the ball. Currently 54-49. Lone Peak Knights are up. Again, for those of you who are just joining us, if you miss any basketball games, you can always go to our Cave TV site on YouTube, follow our channel, and check out the latest games. Go check it out at www.youtube.com/CaveTV. Trey Stewart inbounding the pass. He's looking to get it out, gets it. Oh, Jacob Whitehead couldn't grab it.
Ashworth passes it to Garrett Frampton. Frampton gives it to Harkness. Harkness drives it in. Max McGrath puts it back up and misses.
Looks like Jacob Whitehead confused about the call. This game is getting so crazy. The anxiety in this game is so thick you can literally just cut it with a knife.
Both crowds are on their feet and they show no signs of sitting down.
Both teams definitely putting up a tremendous fight, as Lone Peak Knights are 54 and Cavemen are 49 still. McGrath, shot is good. Trey Stewart with the ball down court. Zach McCorder passes to Whitehead. Whitehead with the pull-up, and it's good by Jacob Whitehead.
Beautiful shot by Whitehead. Ashworth takes the ball down the court. Foul is called on number 3 on the Cavemen.
Foul called on Trey Stewart. Both teams have some fouls to give. Rob Crowler comes in for Trey Stewart. Out of bounds on Lone Peak. Caveman will take the ball. Rob Crowler with the inbound pass, looking to Jacob Whitehead. Crowler will take the ball down court. Rob Crowler pulls up short for the 3.
Harkness makes the shot.
Great drive by Harkness, indeed. Jacob Whitehead with the ball, bringing it down court. Garrett Frampton guarding him. Isaac Johnson almost loses the ball. He lost it. Harkness with the ball down.
Harkness drives down the court and Ashworth recovers the ball. McGrath takes it back in and Harkness puts it up, misses.
Looks like it'll be a charge against Lone Peak. American Fork will take the ball. Harrison, I've got to say, Harkness has been absolutely on fire tonight. Showing tremendous hustle, great tenacity, just driving the ball in the middle, just getting great drives. Strong physical player indeed. Lone Peak will definitely be going with a full court press on this one. American Fork with the ball. Jacob Whitehead inbounding to Bronson Barron. Bronson with the ball. Then to Trey Stewart. Mason Warnski with the drive, passes to Bronson Barron. He goes up and it is fouled. Bronson Barron will go to the line. Let's see if he can sink these two. Currently, Lone Peak Knights are up by 6, 57-51. There's currently 5 minutes to go in the last quarter. We'll see if Cavemen can catch up. Bronson Barron sinks the first. Bronson Barron. Great shot, sinks the second.
Brenchley takes the ball and passes it off to Ross. Ross passes it to McGrath. McGrath dances around the court for a little while, looking for someone, passes it to Ross. Ross looks around looking for an opening. Ross takes it in, passes it to Brenchley. Brenchley passes it back to Ross, and Ross looks for an opening, puts it up, and it's good.
The lead is 6. Lone Peak Knights are 59, Cavemen 53. Trey Stewart with the ball, looking for a pass. Sets up the screen. Mason Warnski looking to get open, posting up. Zach McCorder with the ball. Passes to Dylan Simpson. Dylan Simpson stuck. Dishes it to Bronson Barron. Going for the three and misses. Lone Peak with the rebound and is called. Looks like it'll be a foul on Lone Peak. The crowd is not happy there, booing the refs. Not happy about that call. Great hustle by Bronson Barron to fight for that rebound. Trey Stewart will be in passing the ball. He'll be inbounding the ball, passing to, looks like Dylan Simpson. Dylan Simpson dishes it to Isaac Johnson. Then back to Simpson. Simpson to Zach McCorder. Isaac Johnson pulls up, and the three's good! Isaac Johnson with the little celebration. Great three-pointer.
Cavemen slowly closing in on the Knights' lead, breaking it down to only 3 points. Ashworth looks for someone to pass to and passes it to McGrath. McGrath returns it back to Ashworth. Ashworth goes in, passes it to Brenchley. Brenchley passes it to Ross, but is blocked. Ross recovers, passes it to Ashworth. Ashworth has some fancy footwork. McGrath puts it up, and it's good.
Great move around the basket. It's a tough shot, definitely. Trey Stewart with the ball. Comes off the screen, drives it. And a foul is called. Looks like the foul is called on Ross. Trey Stewart will go to the line. Shooting. Looks like it's 1-1. Ooh, misses the first off the front iron.
Ashworth passes it to Harkness. Harkness passes it to Ross. Ross back to Ashworth. Ashworth puts it up downtown, and it is good.
Great shot indeed by Ashworth. Jacob White with the ball, spins around, loses it. Back to Dylan Simpson. Dylan Simpson with the ball. And looks like a timeout is called by American Fork Caveman. We have 2.5 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. Currently, Lone Peak Knights are 64 and American Fork Cavemen 56.
2 minutes left in this game, and it's still a toss-up for whose game it is. It's just so incredibly close. Cavemen regained their lead by 2 points. It's getting intense here.
Definitely is. Both crowds have just simmered down a little bit as we are getting ready for both teams to come back out on the court from the timeout. These next 2.5 minutes, Harrison, are definitely not going to be comfortable at all, as Lone Peak looks to have a lead of 8. We'll see if American Fork Caveman can creep back into this one. Lone Peak over there going with the cheer. Getting the crowd rallied up. Caveman inbounding the ball. Zach McCorder gets the pass. Gets it back to Stewart. Rob Crowler with the ball. Looks like he's caught up. Jacob Wyatt with the ball now. Back to Crowler. The shot is good. Rob Crowler with a great three-pointer.
Ashworth takes the ball, passes it off to Ross. Ross has done an incredible job tonight with his ball handling. He's hit a few shots that are just mind-blowing. McGrath takes a minute to breathe. McGrath drives it in, passes it off to
Isaac Johnson not happy about that call at all. He thought he had all ball as he stopped the ball and swallowed it. Let's see, we have, looks like we have Brenchley going to the line to shoot 2. He'll be shooting 1 and 1, sorry. If he makes the first. Lone Peak gets the rebound.
Timeout is called by Lone Peak. Full timeout. As this game comes to a close, I can barely sit in my seat. I'm so amped up from all this energy I'm getting from the crowd, the teams, and it's incredible the atmosphere we have in this game today.
Same here, man. I'm just shaking over here. It looks like Lone Peak has a lead. Looks like it's 64-59. They have a lead of 5. American Fork Caveman definitely trying to close this gap as the fourth quarter is coming to a near close with 2 minutes left in the quarter. This crowd is absolutely just ecstatic. There is definitely no more seats. There are people all over the place. People on their feet all around.
As Lone Peak breaks their huddle, they come onto the court ready to close out this final quarter. Both teams look exhausted but determined to close out this quarter. It's still a toss-up to whose game this is.
That's definitely right, Harrison. It really comes down to who wants to win more. That's definitely what it comes down to. Looks like both teams are completely exhausted.
Both teams have put forth a tremendous effort. Ross hands it to Harkness. Harkness puts it up and hands it to Brenchley. Brenchley passes it back to Ashworth. Ashworth takes a moment to gain his bearings. Ashworth to McGrath. McGrath takes it in, puts it up, and Brenchley puts it back in for 2 points.
They increase their lead to 7. Trey Stewart with the ball. Isaac Johnson with the ball. Trey Stewart with the three. And it is good! Trey Stewart with the three. Lone Peak Knights, 66. American Fork Caveman, 62. The lead is now to 4. And we have 1 minute, 7 seconds left in this fourth quarter. I can hardly stand to watch this game, Harrison. This is getting insane.
Cavemen tonight have been impressive with their three-pointers. It's just the one after the other, and it's very amazing. It's amazing to see like how accurate these players are with their ball handling skills.
Yeah, that's right, dude. No kidding at all. Like both these teams, American Fork and Lone Peak, they both go crazy from the three line. They both can hit great threes and also drive it in hard to the basket. These two teams, AF Lone Peak, they're perfectly matched up for each other. They are very tenacious teams, and it's always exciting to watch them.
As this game comes to a close, I have to give a big thank you to you and your team at Cave TV for letting me come on here and be a guest commentator today.
Of course, Harrison, glad to have you. It is truly a pleasure. It's awesome. It's always fun commentating these games. It really is. We have American Fork, Caveman, and Lone Peak taking the floor once again.
McGrath passed it to Ashworth as the final seconds of this game count down. McGrath running all over the court looking for an opening.
Dylan Simpson decides to foul, and we have exactly a minute. We have 1 minute left in this last quarter, and the score is 66-62. Looks like Lone Peak is definitely trying to run out the clock and looking for the couple last shots, just trying to limit as much time as they can to give to American Fork.
60 seconds is a lot of time to gain back your 4-point deficit from Cavemen. Stephen Ashworth puts it up and makes his first free throw. The pressure is mounting to get these last few points in before this game comes to a close. Ashworth prepares, he puts it up, and bounces off the rim. Recovered by Brenchley, and Brenchley puts it out of bounds. Caveman ball.
Looks like Jacob Whitehead will be inbounding the pass. Gets it to Bronson Barron. Back to Whitehead. It's all about smart passes when it comes down to this. Bronson Barron. Rob Crowler. Driving. Trey Stewart. Rob Crowler with a great drive to keep the Caveman in this game.
Timeout called by Lone Peak Knights. Cavemen trail by 3 points with 35 seconds left in the game.
Ooh, this game, oh my goodness, this game is getting so close. This is unreal.
There's so much stress and tension in this room right now. I can't sit down anymore. I'm standing up.
I know, right? This is just insane. Looks like Lone Peak inbounds the ball. Jacob Wyatt immediately goes for the foul. Definitely going with the full court press in this situation with only 34.5 seconds to go. Looks like Ashworth will go to the line for 1-and-1.
Ashworth has been remarkable on his free throws today.
Ashworth has definitely been on fire from the three. He's had tremendous three-pointers to help out Lone Peak.
The crowds either support or try to mess up Ashworth as he makes his first free throw. Ashworth prepares, puts it up, and makes that last free throw.
Score is now 69-64. Cavemen down. Bucket good by Jacob Whitehead.
Harkness puts it up, increasing the score to 71. Knights lead 71-66, 5 points.
Jacob Whitehead, the three! The three is good by Jacob Whitehead. This game is so insane. 7 seconds left. American Fork fouls Lone Peak. This game is unreal. 71-69. Lone Peak Knights up. 4.7 seconds to go, Harrison. This is unreal. I'm standing up right now.
The pressure is definitely mounting as Ashworth, our incredible free throw. I can't even speak right now. It's so tense in this room.
American Fork Caveman chanting choke. It is up to Ashworth to settle the fate. And Ashworth misses the first free throw. Looks like a timeout is called by Lone Peak. This game is insane. Both crowds definitely on their feet.
We are both standing up here. We can't handle the tension right now.
This is unbelievable. I mean, I can't even put into words how exciting this game is. Both crowds on their feet. You can definitely see the tension and excitement on everyone's faces.
Both crowds seem a little uneasy tonight. I'm a little uneasy. It's coming to a close tonight. 2-point lead by Knights. Cavemen have to pull something incredible to pull this out.
I feel you, man. I'm definitely really anxious about this game. Cavemen are just down by 3 points. All they need is a three to tie this game up, and there's 4.4 seconds left.
You can hear the crowd's excitement tonight. As Ashworth steps up to the line, attempting his final free throw.
The end of this game really comes down to who can make their free throws. It really is. The tension is so thick right now.
And as we've seen, Ashworth has definitely proven that he can make a free throw.
Definitely. It seems like they'll always get the ball to Ashworth to take it down court so that when American Fork does foul him, they have one of the best foul shooters on Lone Peak to hit those buckets.
Ashworth receives the ball. He prepares his shot. The crowd is teeming. He puts it up, and it's good! It's good! Stephen Ashworth makes a shot.
4 point. Oh my goodness. We have 3.7 seconds. And American Fork will call this is unreal. It's a 1-to-1 free throw shot. Let's see who will go to the line. This is unbelievable. 69-72. Knights are up. 3.7 seconds left. Bronson Barron to the line. It really comes down to Bronson Barron if he can make these shots for American Fork Caveman. And he misses it. McCorder with the ball out to Stewart. Stewart airballs it, and it is all over. American Fork Cavemen definitely not looking happy. This was a very hard loss indeed. Final score is 72-69, your Lone Peak Knights.
Lone Peak Knights, 72-69, beat the Cavemen out for the second time this season.
This game was definitely unreal, and it was so fun to commentate with you tonight, Harrison. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching us tonight on Cave TV. This has been Cave TV signing off. I'm Colby Jones.